Yeah. I thought, that's a bit bizarre. I thought, let us consider for a moment that Preston is my Paris. Now, compare and contrast Paris and Preston. So, I'd like this side of the room to be Paris, and that over there can be Preston. Okay? So, it's, by the way, I think they got their name from a Clark's shoe campaign, which featured Millie, who tried on 10 different pairs of shoes before going out. And so, let us begin. Paris. Shout out Paris over there, please.
Paris!
The Eiffel Tower. Come on, Preston.
Preston!
The view from Blackpool Tower is an Eiffel.
Paris!
Paris!
Paris Plage.
Preston!
Glidden Sands.
Paris!
Sunbath is for bathers in costume only, is what the sign says. Okay.
Paris!
People live in riverboats on the Seine.
Preston!
When the Ribble floods, the beds in the Tickle Trent flood.
Paris!
Champs-Élysées.
Preston!
Deepdale Retail Park.
Paris!
The Foucault pendulum in the Pantheon.
Preston!
1/24th of a Foucault pendulum in the Harris.
Paris!
Gare du Nord for trains from London.
Preston!
Preston railway station for trains from London. Wait, and you see Gourmet, right, in Preston. Rail Gourmet. Now, Paris.
Paris.
Jardin du Luxembourg.
Preston!
Miller Park.
Paris!
Citron's goddess, the palace, the deesse palace, the Greek god of civilization. They named the car after.
Bosnia.
Okay, now, Preston. Well, it was made in Paris. Now, there was a fellow called Trevor who started a car company called TVR, from the name Trevor. And that is the first car, the Trevor Yomar. Yomar, are you here?
No.
No.
He's having a fag down Cable Street again.
Right, as always.
Paris!
Paris Hilton, a lady. I'll begin again. Paris Hilton, a lady, has indulged. Dickie Turner, teetotaler, never indulged. Never.
Paris!
Le Striptease à Moulin Rouge.
Preston.
Wet t-shirt competitions in Tokyo Joe's, which is now called Lava.
Paris!
Café des Deux Magots.
Magot, c'est Paris, ça.
Wait, your French is better than mine now.
Preston!
The New Continental, the home of culture in Preston.
Paris!
If you haven't been, don't laugh at that. If you haven't been, they have a spotlight-like event there called Word Soup and a few other things as well. Paris. Guy de Maupassant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Preston!
Robert Service.
Paris!
Who's Robert Service? Okay. A bunch of the boys were whooping it up in the Malamite Saloon. The kid that handles the music box was hitting a jagtime tune. Back of the bar in the solo game sat Dangerous Dan McGrew.
And watching his luck was Life and Love, the way it's known as Lou.
Thank you very much, sir. There is somebody with culture in the room. And he was born in Preston. Okay. Paris. Paris. So much does Hollywood love Victor Hugo's beaten Notre Dame that in attempting to convince the Abbey to allow them access to the interior for the recent film about the Hunchback, Disney executives assured the Abbey that it would help put Notre Dame on the tourist map. When I took that photo, the queue was an hour and a half long and it was incredibly humid. We didn't bother queuing after that. Okay?
Preston.
Hollywood loves Nick Park's sidecar.
Paris.
A fit Christophe Dominici uses his hand to hide his cock and balls in the annual Stade Francais Paris Rugby Club nude calendar. Commemorated by the splash at Preston North End. Sir Tom Finney the plumber is handy at fitting ball cocks.
Paris.
Citroen's Deux Chevaux Vapeur, literally the 2 steam horsepower.
Preston.
The bug with quintessential blonde accessory manufactured by a Preston firm called Bond. No, before we move on, is it actually possible for a lady to maintain her dignity while getting out of that thing? Paris. Jean-Paul Sartre. On one occasion he was in Les Deux Magots, drinking his little coffee, and Brendan Behan and Tony Cronin, another Irish poet who were pissed out of their heads, went past. Ah, Shawneen, Mahan Far, good man John. To which he said, Enfant, les deux magots se sont arrivés. Ah, look, the 2 maggots have just arrived. Now, Preston. This was partly inspired by Spotlight and partly inspired by this man, Steve the Poet. Biggest cheer has been for Preston. The trio, right? In the street between Past Times and Waterstones is Booth's Clock on Bridgeway. Preston. Who needs Paris? We have Preston. Thank you.